Hello friends, good evening. Am I audible and visible? Yes, Professor Harry. Good evening. Nikita, good evening. Yes, guys, am I audible and visible? Somebody please ping me so that I can begin with today's short session. Am I audible and visible? The session won't be much lengthier. The session is just 20 to 25 minute session. Okay. Yes, tomorrow's session would be a bit lengthier session, particularly relating to Sikandar Lodi. But today's session won't be much lengthier. Here just we are going to discuss about the founder of Lodhi Dynasty, Bahlol Lodhi, in short. Okay? Yes, Nivedita, good evening. Okay, guys. So now let's begin with the founder of Lodhi Dynasty. Now, before I start with the Lodhi Dynasty, I'll go for a quick revision because we have studied Sayyid Dynasty on Friday. So there was a gap, particularly on Saturday and Sunday. So for the aspirants, those who are new to the platform, they can easily correlate different aspects of what we have studied previously. So I'll repeat few points which are important from the exam perspective. So the aspirants, those who are new, can easily understand things. Okay. Lawrence, you can directly get the study material of what I'm teaching on my Telegram channel, history_Alok Ojha. Okay. Yes, Islamic follower, I'll 100% try to do historiography in one of the classes once I am done with certain part of Mughal Empire. Good evening, Rishi. So now listen to me very carefully. There were 5 major dynasties that ruled over Delhi Sultanate. The first dynasty that ruled over Delhi Sultanate was, that is particularly slave dynasty, which is also referred as what we say Mamluk dynasty or Ilbari dynasty, because particularly one of the rulers of slave dynasty was Shamshuddin Iltutmish. And Shamshuddin Iltutmish, he belonged to Ilbari tribe. Please note down this fact. Okay. I had not told about this fact previously when I was teaching slave dynasty, but I was reading these facts, particularly in one of the books, V.D. Mahajan. From there I came to know that this person, Shamshuddin Iltutmish, he belonged to Ilbari tribe. Hence, during the time of Shamshuddin Iltutmish, slave dynasty was referred as Ilbari dynasty. Okay, so we have studied about the slave dynasty. We have studied about Razia Sultana, the only female ruler, not only of slave dynasty, but of entire Delhi Sultanate. After this, we have studied about the dynastic revolution and founding of another important dynasty by Firoz, also referred as Jalaluddin Khilji, in the form of Khilji dynasty. Secondly, we have studied about the expeditions led by one of the most important rulers, Alauddin Khilji, his market reforms. Then we have studied about the 3 important rulers of Tughlaq dynasty. Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, also referred by many historians as Ghazi Malik. Apart from this, we had studied about Muhammad bin Tughlaq, also referred as Fakhruddin Malik Juna Khan. So, we have studied about the 5 major experiments of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. He was also referred as a wise fool. Different historians have referred him as a mixture of opposites. We have also studied about one of the most important rulers of Tughlaq dynasty, whose name was Firoz Shah Tughlaq, who laid the foundation particularly of different departments. And I have told you to note down these departments. Diwan-e-Khairat department, that is charity department. Diwan-e-Bandagan, that is slave department. Then we had studied about that he had constructed many canals for the purpose of irrigation. And the Persian word for canal was Rajwah. Okay, he started free hospital service referred as Dar-ul-Shifa or Shifa Khana. He started imposing cess or tax on irrigation. And that cess or tax was referred as Haq-e-Sharb. And then comes another important dynasty in the form of Sayyid dynasty, which ruled approximately for 37 to 38 years. Okay. Khizr Khan. Now, I'll tell you one important thing, how Sayyid dynasty came to an end just within 2 minutes revision. 2 minutes revision, that's it. Okay. Now, particularly during the time of Nasiruddin Muhammad, who was the ruler of Tughlaq dynasty, there was an attack particularly by Timur. And Timur, he was Chagatai Turk. I've talked about this concept time and again. Like after Genghis Khan, his descendants were particularly divided into two parts based on the region that they were ruling. Some of them were ruling in the region of Iran and Iraq. On the other hand, some were ruling in the region of Transoxiana, Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan. So those who were ruling in Transoxiana were referred as Chagatai Turks. And one of the Chagatai ruler at that time was Timur. He plundered the region around Delhi. And here he chose one person whose name was Khizr Khan, the governor of Multan. And Khizr Khan later on laid the foundation of Sayyid dynasty in India. Khizr Khan was succeeded by his son. Later on, he was being succeeded by Muhammad Khan. And finally, the last ruler of Sayyid dynasty was Alauddin Alam Shah. Okay? Now, let's understand about Alauddin Alam Shah. As I've told you, Alauddin Alam Shah, although he had his capital at Delhi, he moved to a place called as Badaयूं. Okay? Why did he move to a place called as Badaयूं? Because he found Badaयूं so attractive that he left the affairs of the administration in the hands of two people, Hisam Khan and Hamid Khan. He left the administration in the hands of these two and he moved to the region of Badaयूं. And he loved Badaयूं so much that he decided that he won't be coming back to Delhi. He gave completely his life into pleasure and so on. So what happened? Hamid Khan, one of the warriors, one of the military commanders, what did he do? He invited Bahlol Lodhi and he said that the time is ripe now that you can acquire the throne of Delhi Sultanate and go for a dynastic revolution. Okay? Now, as we had discussed previously, this person, Hamid Khan, not only invited particularly Bahlol Lodhi, he had also invited Firoz Khan from the region of Deccan. But since Bahlol Lodhi, he was in Multan, he covered the region of Sirhind, Multan and Lahore. So he could easily reach Delhi. But Firoz Khan, he was in Deccan. So coming up with a huge army, it was quite simple. It's not an easy process. So in that case, he dropped the plan. And Bahlol Lodhi, with the help of Hamid Khan, he acquired the throne of Delhi Sultanate. He dispatched a letter to this person, Alauddin Alam Shah, the ruler of Sayyid dynasty who was staying in Badaयूं, that if you accept my suzerainty, I will allow you to specifically rule over the region of Badaयूं. But in that case, if you want to regain back your throne, be ready to fight a battle with me because one of your military commander is on my side, whose name was Hamid Khan. In this manner, Bahlol Lodhi came to power and he sat on the throne of Delhi Sultanate. Many historians believe that Lodhi dynasty was the first Afghan dynasty to sit on the throne of Delhi Sultanate. Majority of the rulers previously, they were Turkish. Majority of them. As I have told you, the Tughlaqs are referred as Kuranua Turks. The same Khiljis, slave dynasty and so on. But here, the first Afghan dynasty to sit on the throne of Delhi Sultanate was Lodhi dynasty. It ruled approximately for 75 years. I'll tell you one of the most interesting facts. Bahlol Lodhi, who is considered as the founder of Lodhi dynasty, he sat on the throne of Delhi Sultanate for 38 years. He was not only the longest ruling emperor of Delhi Sultanate, not only the longest ruling emperor of what we say, Lodhi dynasty, but also of entire Delhi Sultanate. He ruled for 38 years. The second person who ruled after what we say Bahlol Lodhi for the longest tenure was Firoz Shah Tughlaq. He ruled for 37 years. The third person who ruled for the longest time as a part of Delhi Sultanate as a sultan or an emperor was Muhammad bin Tughlaq. He ruled for 26 years. So Bahlol Lodhi, he sat on the throne and ruled for the next 38 years. And Lodhi Dynasty is considered particularly the first Afghan dynasty of Delhi Sultanate. Okay? Now, let me tell you about who was Bahlol Lodhi, how did he came to power, what is the background of Bahlol Lodhi. Okay? Just within short, we have studied about Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Now pay attention carefully. As we had discussed previously, during the time of Muhammad bin Tughlaq, what happened? There was a person whose name was Taghi. He revolted and he ran to the Sindh. Muhammad bin Tughlaq started chasing this person in the region of Sindh. But in Sindh, he fell ill. After partial recovery, again he started chasing Taghi, but later on he passed away. So in the region of Sindh itself, particularly around Thatta, the nobles chose Firoz Shah Tughlaq as his successor. So Firoz Shah Tughlaq succeeded Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Now what did Firoz Shah Tughlaq do? Firoz Shah Tughlaq appointed his loyal people to the higher administrative post, particularly the post of Naib or the Prime Minister, the post of the governors or Iqtadars. So there was one place in Punjab that is Multan, and the governor of that place was Malik Mardan Daulat. He was appointed as the governor of whom? Governor of Multan. So Malik Mardan Daulat, who was the governor of Multan or during the time of Firoz Shah Tughlaq, he had appointed one slave whose name was Malik Behram. He was the first Afghan slave, Malik Behram. Now Malik Behram had 5 sons. Pay attention carefully, an important concept. We'll go in a step-by-step manner for easier understanding. Firoz Shah Tughlaq, he had one governor whose name was Malik Mardan Daulat. He was governor of Multan. Now, this person particularly had a slave, Afghan slave, whose name was Malik Behram. Now, Malik Behram had 5 sons, but history mentions the name of 2 sons who have fought major battles. One was Malik Kala and Malik Sultan Shah. And the son of Malik Kala was Bahlol Lodhi. Simple words. Malik Behram was grandfather of Bahlol Lodhi. Okay? UPSC have not asked question as of yet on this part. But as I have told you previously, whenever we are studying things, we have to study in a systematic manner so that we can go for understanding better things. Correct? Like when I'll try to cover the Mughals part, like you might have heard about that Babur. He was the first, what we say, Mughal emperor of India. And he has fought 4 consecutive battles. Correct? The first battle was Battle of Panipat, 1526. Battle of Khanwa near Agra, where he defeated Rana Sangaji of Mewad. Third, particularly he fought Battle of Chanderi. And fourth, he fought Battle of Ghagra. Correct? But there was one more interesting fact that we need to understand. In between Battle of Panipat and Battle of Khanwa, one more battle was fought by Babur. And that was Battle of Bayana, so that he could occupy the region around Agra. And this battle has not been mentioned in majority of the books. But until and unless we understand the Battle of Bayana, we cannot understand the Battle of Khanwa. So I just cited you an example. Similarly here, UPSC has not asked question about Malik Behram, Malik Kala, Malik Sultan Shah. But In this case, we need to understand things in a very systematic format. So I'll repeat the points again in short. During the time of the during the time of the Delhi Sultanate ruler Firoz Shah Tughlaq, there was a governor whose name was Malik Mardan Daulat. He was the governor of the region Multan. Now he had one of the Afghan warriors whose name was Malik Behram. Malik Behram had 5 sons. 2 among them were quite famous, Malik Kala and Malik Sultan Shah. And Bahlol Lodhi was son of Malik Kala. Okay, so this was about the basic introduction about the Bahlol Lodhi. So I have mentioned about this basic introduction in the PDF. Aspirants, those who are new to the platform, can download the PDF from my Telegram channel, particularly history_Alok Ojha. Okay. Radhika, you have a question. Thank you. The classes are helping you out. So I'm really grateful for that. Thank you. Yes, it will 100% help you out. You can watch the classes regularly. It will not only help you in the CDS examination, it can also help you particularly in the examination like CAPF, Assistant Commandant. It can also help you in Civil Services pre-examination. Also helpful for many of the aspirants, those who are going for state PSCs. Okay. And knowledge never goes in vain, my friends. Some or the other day, it will be useful to you. Coming back here. So hope you understood this part. Yes, guys. Yes, Nikita. Razia Sultana called herself as Sultan. She did not call herself as a Sultana. There was a reason behind that. As I've told you, during the time of Delhi Sultanate, the society was patriarchal. The society was insular-minded. They cannot digest a thing that a woman is ruling over us. But she used to run the court completely, her face unveiled. She used to wear the dress like a sultan, not like how a lady wears. Hence, she called herself Sultan, not Sultana. This is we who call her as Sultana. Hope so, Nikita, I have answered your question. Okay? So, this was a basic introduction about Bahlol Lodhi. Now, moving ahead. What were the major things that he did? Now, what was the difference between Bahlol Lodhi and what's the difference between Ibrahim Lodhi? See, there are 3 major rulers. I'll tell you things in a very systematic fashion. Ibrahim Lodhi was the first major ruler of Lodhi Dynasty. He was followed by one of his sons whose name was Sikandar Lodhi, who was followed by Ibrahim Lodhi. Now, why did Babur attack during the time of Ibrahim Lodhi? And why this person who sat on the throne of Delhi Sultanate for 38 years without any major rebellion from any of his nobles? There's a difference between that. Ibrahim Lodhi was a very aggressive ruler. He used to humiliate his own men openly in the court. Like I'll give you a small example. Alam Khan, one of his uncles, he was being humiliated. Daulat Khan Lodhi was being humiliated openly in the court in front of everyone. So they had a sort of vengeance against Ibrahim Lodhi. But Bahlol Lodhi was a very smart and intelligent personality. Like usually you might have seen in the movies, whenever a ruler is sitting on the throne, he is sitting on a higher pedestal in comparison to the nobles or the ministers. The nobles or the ministers are sitting on the side, correct? And the ruler or the sultan is sitting at a higher pedestal. This person never sat on a higher pedestal. In fact, he used to sit between the nobles and he used to say, I am one among the Afghan peers. Because he knew one thing. If what happens, I have come to this throne because of the aid and advice of these nobles. And in that case, if I start dictating terms and conditions to them, some or the other day, they will start revolting against me. And I cannot keep my position intact if I have rebellious nobles in my court. Correct? Second step that he took here was, he immediately deposed Hamid Khan. First question that arises in the mind of every aspirant, that Hamid Khan was one of the persons who invited Bahlol Lodhi from Multan to conquer the region of Delhi. Since Alauddin Alam Shah, the Sultan of Sayyid dynasty, was sitting in Badaयूं. He helped him out and he deposed him. There was a reason behind this. Bahlol Lodhi gave a thought that if he was being given the command of entire Delhi, and when the major sultan was sitting in the region of Badaयूं, he invited me on the throne. He has betrayed the sultan, and in the coming years, he can betray me. So I cannot afford such a noble in my court. So many historians believe that he was being removed. Some historians do believe that he was being killed by Bahlol Lodhi. So Bahlol Lodhi, particularly, he did not impose things on his nobles. Okay? Bahlol Lodhi conquered the region of Mewat. He conquered the region of Doab. Okay, I'll give a small example. He conquered the region of Kalpi or Jalon, which is in UP, Dholpur. Now, many of them believe this is the region of Mewad. Okay, and this evidence might not be one of the true evidences, but few historians mentioned that in 1488, specifically, there was a battle fought between Bahlol Lodhi, okay, during the last time of his reign. This is during the last time of his reign. The battle was fought between Bahlol Lodhi and Bika Rao. Who was Bika Rao? Bika Rao was the ruler of Bikaner. Okay. Now, Bikaner's history goes in a very different manner. Bikaner, it is located in Rajasthan. And this city was being created by its ruler, Bika Rao. Bika Rao was son of Jodha Rao. I repeat, I'll give you a small example. Jodha Rao, he was one of the rulers in the region of Mewad. Simple understanding, a very simple understanding, okay. Jodha Rao was one of the rulers in what we say Mewad. Jodha Rao's second son was Rao Bika. Okay. And the name Jodhpur comes from Jodha Rao, one of the rulers of Rajasthan, Mewad. They belong to the Rathod clan. And Rathod clan people worship whom? Riddhi Kavarji or Karni Mataji as a Kul Devi. I have made a short on Karni Mataji. Correct? So Karni Mataji is also referred as Riddhi Kavar. So they are the Rathods particularly. So Jodha Rao had a son named as Bika Rao. Jodha Rao established the city of Jodhpur and Bika Rao established the city of Bikaner. In 1488, Battle of Bikaner might have been fought between Bika Rao and Bahlol Lodhi. But the evidence of this battle is quite less. And it is believed that Bahlol Lodhi lost the battle. Lost to the Rajputs. So that is nothing but Battle of Bikaner. Okay. Then particularly he conquered the region of Kalpi and Jalon. He conquered the region of Dholpur and so on. Now what happened? In the region of East, okay. Now in the region of East, particularly Masoud Shahashki, he had established Jaunpur Sultanate. He has established Jaunpur Sultanate. Okay. So it was not what we say Masoud Shah Sharki who had established Jaunpur Sultanate. Jaunpur Sultanate was established way back in 1394 itself. And that Jaunpur Sultanate was referred as Sharki Dynasty. Okay. Now let's understand how this person attacked the region of Delhi. Let's understand. So Masoud Shah Sharki, he was the ruler of Jaunpur. And this person, what did he do? He attacked Delhi around 1452. This person. Why? Because he knew that at this time, Bahlol Lodhi is not in Delhi and is busy in expeditions around the region of Rajasthan. So he attacked Delhi. And when he attacked Delhi, at that time, Bahlol Lodhi has given the command of Delhi to one of his son, whose name was Khwaja Bayazid. I'll repeat. Masoud Shah Sharki attacked Delhi. Why? Because he knew that Bahlol Lodhi is not in Delhi. He is in the expedition to the region of Rajasthan. And he has kept his son Khwaja Bayazid on the throne in Delhi, and he is an incompetent person. He attacked Delhi, plundered Delhi for next 2 to 3 days. Bahlol Lodhi came to know about this. Immediately Bahlol Lodhi marched towards Delhi. And when Bahlol Lodhi marched towards Delhi, this person ran away. And when this person ran away to Jaunpur, Bahlol Lodhi now wanted to delete the threat of Jaunpur once and for an all. So Masoud Shah Sharki was now defeated by Bahlol Lodhi. Now Bahlol Lodhi, now the one question comes in the mind of every aspirant, How did Masoud Shahashki come to know that this person, Bayazid, Khwaja Bayazid is sitting on the throne and Bahlol Lodhi is not there? Because of another person whose name was Darya Khan Lodhi. He had betrayed Bahlol Lodhi. So what happened particularly? Darya Khan Lodhi, initially he was punished. Later on, this person, Jaunpur Sultanate, was taken away by Lodhi Dynasty rulers. And in fact, what happened? In fact, this person, Masoud Shah Sarki, after being deposed, Bahlol Lodhi, he established or he made one of his sons, Barbak Shah, as the governor of Jaunpur. Okay? Barbak Shah, elder brother of Sikandar Lodhi, and he passed away. This is majorly about Bahlol Lodhi. Okay? Another important fact, Aisha Bibi. Aisha Bibi was one of the daughters of Bahlol Lodhi. An inscription dating back to 1517 AD was found at Mubarak Shah Kotla near Delhi. It is a Sanskrit Persian inscription. And it is mentioned that Aisha Bibi, one of the daughters of Bahlol Lodhi, she was married to Sheikh Sikandar Sherani. Okay, and he was a Sufi saint. So this is majorly about Bahlol Lodhi. Hope you understood things, guys. Guys, the monsoon offer, it's just valid for today. And as I have told you, the benefits of this offer ample amount of times. Okay, proper answer writing practice, prelims to interview preparation, and the prices might increase soon. So you can enroll it today by using the code ALOK Live, which is flashing on your screen. So offer is valid till today. Okay, I have already started the long-term batch. I have already started prehistoric culture and the answer writing practice. To avail these benefits, okay, you can go through the code ALOK Live. Guys, I'll stop my session for the day. See you guys tomorrow. Thank you and have a nice day.